Hey, it's Paul Allen, joined by Pete Bercich, analyst for the Vikings Radio Network, and Fox 9's Ron Johnson. Buccaneers and Vikings, noon Sunday, U.S. Bank Stadium. Let's start here with Pete. Which Buck can wreck the game and why?
Well, I think the one guy you have to be concerned about is Mike Evans, right? I mean, he came off of a kind of a disappointing touchdown numbers season last year, but he's a veteran wide receiver. Byron Murphy, I think, can handle him if he gets him all day, but when he gets up against a Caleb Evans or Mekhi Blackman, you're giving up a lot of veteranship, and he's a tall, lanky, strong type of guy. And honestly, I think he's the only one that could be explosive enough to give this defense a problem.
Ronald?
Yeah, I had Mike Evans as well, and then after I'm like, you know what? Mike Evans may not play because of his contract. If you think about it, if their contract negotiations, if they don't have something done by Saturday, he may or may not play. They might try to trade him before the Vikings game if he's not willing to get this contract done, per his agent 3 days ago, and Mike Florio. Mike Florio reported that. But when you think about it, Antoine Winfield, I got to go with a gopher. I think Antoine Winfield, from a safety standpoint back there, you got a bunch of DBs back there, two from Auburn at cornerback. You got a guy in Antoine Winfield that disguises. He plays in the box, and he also covers in the slot. So you'll see him be willing to cover a KJ Osborne because that's what he can do, but he also can blitz, which he's done a ton off the edge. His dad made millions inside of, well, it was a U.S. Bank Stadium, but made millions inside of that stadium in Minnesota, and now Antoine Winfield's coming back to Minnesota, and he can be a guy, one, he grew up here, played at Eden Prairie, and he really wants to have a big game in front of quote-unquote a hometown crowd because he's a Gopher, grew up here with the Eden Prairie days at the high school before his dad moved on to Texas with him in high school. But yeah, I think Antoine Winfield could be a downer.
Now, the Vikings Entertainment Network has learned we have a lot of really good players. And courtesy of the Minnesota Lottery, the question is, Pete Bercich, which player in this Bucks game can be a hit the lottery type player?
Well, I think Jordan Addison could be that guy. And the reason being is they're going to have some issues at the nickel position. Right now, they have Christian Azian. He's an undrafted rookie free agent. Yeah, they've been speaking really highly of him. But still, when you have to concentrate on Justin Jefferson so much, that gives Hawkinson. And, I think Addison's ready, and I think that they're going to have a lot of game plan for him in this game. So Jordan Addison is my guy.
And Ron, like that Viking scratch game, I'm just like scratching right now, just getting that stuff out of there. What number is going to come up?
17 is going to come up. If you look at the Vikings' last 3 seasons, the first game of the year, Adam Thielen, 9 catches, 92 yards, 2 touchdowns. 2022, Justin Jefferson, 9 catches, 184 yards, 2 touchdowns. And then Adam Thielen in 2020, 6 catches, 110 yards, and 2 touchdowns. What was the big thing? Justin Jefferson, we just know he ate up the Packers. But other than that, Adam Thielen departs. This is a guy that had 107 targets, 70 catches. So that has to go somewhere. Addison is one. The other one is KJ Osborne. So if I'm going to play the lottery, I think it's a 50-50 shot. Well, 30-30-30. You got TJ Hawkinson as well.
Yeah.
But I'm going to go with KJ Osborne. I think coming in as a wide receiver, too, he'll be on the field a little bit more than Addison to start out just because we've seen how they do rookies. And I think KJ Osborne, he might be primed for that, 100-plus 2-touchdown game that somebody has to get. Kirk Cousins has killed every first team the first start of the year for the last 3 years.
That is Martin Luther King High School math. 30-30-30 gets you to 100%. Minnesota Lottery, thank you very much. Let's go out there and beat the Bucks.